10 King Charles red flags Camilla should have seen. Starting off with number 10, the royal affair. This one is no big secret. The Princess of Wales was very much aware of the extramarital affair Charles and Camilla were having, but the couple still tried their hardest to conceal their relationship from Diana and the rest of the world. Prince Charles's mistress Camilla was regarded as a villain long before Princess Diana and Charles filed for divorce. Additionally, she was resented up until the Princess of Wales' untimely death in 1997. However, Camilla's life truly changed in the days following the tragic incident. The Duchess of Cornwall was not specifically held accountable for Princess Diana's misfortune, but after Diana's passing in the Paris car accident, they did, however, discover a newfound hatred for her greatest foe. Because of the hatred, Camilla had to hide for months as the situation escalated. If Camilla had never gotten herself in this mess with Charles, being one of the most hated royals would have never been something she'd have to worry about. On to number 9, the palace staff. Even Prince Charles's cleaning staff once kept his affair with Camilla a secret from Diana, or at the very least, they tried to. The Prince of Wales' affair with the Duchess of Cornwall, which occurred while Charles was married to Princess Diana, is well known to royal family followers. It is safe to assume that some members of the royal family are dissatisfied with the fact that their affair is getting screen time on Netflix's The Crown Season 4, making it by far one of the biggest royal relationship scandals. In a well-known interview with News of the World in 1995, the prince's valet, Kevin Stronach, shared shocking details about Charles's affair. He was even fired because of his breach of confidentiality. Stronach claimed at the time that he scrubbed grass stains from Charles's PJs after the prince would sneak out of bed in the middle of the night to meet with Camilla. According to what he told the newspaper, Prince Charles made love to Camilla Parker in the bushes of his Highgrove mansion, while Princess Diana slept inside. He was reckless and took a significant risk, but he doesn't see the lady in any way. A source claimed there was mud and muck everywhere following Charles's midnight romps. It was obvious they'd been working outside. Charles even made sure his staff made his bed look like he had slept there by ruffling it up. It was very elaborate, but no one was fooled by it. The valet claimed he'd become ill as a result of the strain of keeping Charles's secrets. He stated to the newspaper at the time, "We've all been told not to speak to anyone about anything throughout his time with Charles. I became extremely ill as a result of the strain of keeping his secrets." Even though Prince Charles had admitted to the affair and married Duchess Camilla, it's clear the firm still doesn't like to talk about this royal stuff. On to number 8, Backlash. Charles's troubled past has been exposed numerous times now that he is king. He was accused of trying to get the British government to do something a little suspicious. A senior member of parliament dubbed Charles Britain's best informed lobbyist after it was revealed in 2015 that he had received secret documents about the British government's inner workings that not even elected ministers had seen. The royal engaged in personal lobbying efforts to senior politicians about a variety of topics, including illegal fishing of the Patagonian toothfish and orders of military helicopters during the Iraq War, according to 27 memos that were provided to The Guardian and dubbed the Black Spider memos due to Charles's scroll. Clarence House stated at the time that it is typical for heirs to the throne to be briefed on political topics. However, critics argued that members of the royal family should avoid politics. King Charles's political activism raises the question of whether he'll be a political outspoken monarch. According to University of Chicago historian James Vaughn, who spoke to Politico, the question mark would be, would he try to use his role in the unwritten constitution to influence the British government's policies and thinking more than his mother probably ever wanted? Charles will be scrutinized more closely now that he is king. However, in a 2013 Time profile of the royal, he made a comment that could be aimed at anyone who doubts that he is worthy of his position or up to it. He told the magazine that you end up discovering there was value in them if you throw away too many things. Number 7, the royal family versus Camilla. Even though Charles and Camilla's relationship was very serious, Camilla was viewed negatively by the royals, but Diana was received with open arms. Camilla was not wanted by the royal family as its princess. For one thing, she was thought to be an experienced woman, which made her a no-go for the royal family when it came to finding Prince Charles a wife. In addition, she was not thought to be sufficiently aristocratic to be a princess. On the other hand, the royal family adored Diana. Diana was thought to be a good match for Charles by the queen. She was very much a hit with the royal family, they really warmed to her. Diana did a great job of modeling what she thought it would be like to be a princess and worked extremely hard to gain respect. Naturally, these viewpoints spread throughout the community, further complicating the already difficult situation. Now, it's no secret or surprise that Diana's two sons never truly accepted Camilla once Charles brought her into the family, and although William might be less vocal about his opinion on her, especially as the future king, Prince Harry never held back his feelings about the Queen Consort. Harry stated that Camilla was slowly but eventually embraced by the Queen and the royal family as King Charles's person. Camilla was long portrayed as the notorious third member of Princess Diana and then Prince Charles's marriage. However, she faces criticism once more, resembling the evil stepmother from fairy tales. In Memoir Spare, Prince Harry says that she was trying to get rid of her other woman reputation and be seen as a legitimate royal wife by bargaining with the British tabloid media at his expense. That tea is hot. Harry explained that after marrying Prince Charles in 2005, Camilla sought a revamp and was dubbed the villain by the British press. Because of the connections she was making within the British press, that made her dangerous, he stated. Additionally, there was an unmistakable willingness on both sides to exchange info. Given that she was on her way to becoming Queen Consort and that she came from a family that was structured in a hierarchical manner, there were bound to be people or bodies discarded in the open. He went on to say, "I see someone who married into this institution and has done everything in her power to improve her own image and reputation for her own sake. I understand why. Although Spare may show otherwise, Prince Harry has so far included Camilla in the fractured, self-serving family she married into rather than casting her as a glaring villain in the soap opera saga." On to number 6, the Unwelcomed Mistress. The British public's acceptance of Camilla as Charles's lover was put on hold after Diana's passing. And even though it seemed illogical, Diana's passing made Camilla a supervillain in the royal saga. She was compelled to go into hiding for months after her party was postponed. OK Magazine reported that royal correspondent Judy Wade stated shortly after Diana's passing, "The prince must keep a safe distance from Camilla." She continued, "He'll be toast if Camilla is seen anywhere near his home in the next 6 months. He needs to keep his distance from her." But fast forward to now, Camilla has successfully relaunched herself over time as one of the firm's hardest working royals. In a significant vote of confidence, the Queen decided that Camilla would become Queen Consort. This was a result that was far from certain, and it would have seemed impossible in the days of Diana's explosive interviews and the tapes of tampons. In contrast to Prince Harry and Meghan, Camilla is frequently praised for her lifetime of quietness, which is a virtue in the royal ecosystem, but odd elsewhere. Camilla was not seen in public for 8 months following the tragedy due to Diana's passing and the subsequent backlash. And then for a family wedding, she returned for the first time. On to number 5, revealing the big secret. Charles and Camilla probably would have married much earlier if Diana had survived and gotten married as expected. Instead, for a number of years, they kept their relationship under wraps and out of the public eye. In 2004, the Prince of Wales tied the knot with his longtime partner, and she chose not to style her name as Princess of Wales, Diana's former title, even though she technically could have done so out of respect for her. Number 4, Confrontation. Princess Diana felt that she had to give her husband's mistress a piece of her mind. After being advised by friends to ignore suspicions of an affair between her husband and Camilla, Prince Charles and Diana appeared to have been aware of what they were getting themselves into when they approached Camilla about the affair. When Diana asked Camilla to spend some time alone, Camilla and Prince Charles were chatting with another friend downstairs. The recording claims that Diana recalled Charles hurriedly running upstairs to inquire about her plans. Diana told Camilla boldly, "I'd just like you to know that I know exactly what is going on," despite the Princess of Wales claiming that she was terrified of Camilla. By claiming that she had no idea what Diana was talking about, Camilla attempted to refute the allegation. Diana recalled Camilla saying that she had all the men in the world and everything she could ever want. Diana replied to Camilla, "I want my husband," when she was asked what else she could want. These little-known details about Prince Charles and Princess Diana's wedding should not be missed. Strangely, Diana offered Camilla an apology for getting in the way of her and Charles, but she was still furious. She told Camilla, "I do know what is going on, please don't treat me like an idiot." On to number 3, Unfit for the King of England. Charles and Camilla first met in the early 1970s. The prince fell in love right away after they were introduced by friends. Penny Jur, a royal biographer, wrote in The Duchess was not in any way overawed by him, not fawning or sycophantic. According to Camilla, even though they shared a strong bond, She accepted the proposal from her on and off boyfriend Andrew after the prince was set off with the Royal Navy in 1973. Even if things had turned out well for the two of them, the palace didn't think Camilla would make a good fit for the king. She did not come from an aristocratic family, which was very important back then. Number 2, not the queen's choice. It is not a secret that the extramarital affair between Charles and Camilla rocked the crown to its foundation and put the final nail in the coffin of Princess Diana and Prince Charles's strained marriage. Queen Elizabeth was furious more than anyone else, so much that the Duchess was not even allowed to enter the palace for some time. In point of fact, she only had a meeting with the Queen in the year 2000 because Queen Elizabeth had refused to meet her before then. However, the Queen did say they have overcome Becker's Brook and the chair and all kinds of other terrible obstacles at the reception for the Duchess and Prince. They have prevailed and I am extremely proud of them and wish them well. My son is at home with the person he loves. Kinda wholesome, but she could never be Princess Diana. And finally, on to number 1, jealousy. During Charles's marriage to Princess Diana, he had his first significant encounter with disapproving public opinion. Archival footage of the couple touring Australia in the new HBO documentary The Princess suggests that he was jealous of how much more popular she was. Diana confirmed that Charles envied the public's devotion to his wife in her explosive 1995 interview with Martin Bashir. The pressure on both of us as a couple with the media was phenomenal and misunderstood by a great many people, she said. We'd be going around Australia, for instance, and all you could hear was, "Oh, she's on the other side." Diana subsequently clarified that the waiting crowds were expressing their disappointment that Charles was closer to them rather than Diana, explaining they weren't on the right side to wave at me or to touch me. Now, if you're a man like my husband, a proud man, you mind about that if you hear it every day for 4 weeks, and you feel low about it instead of feeling happy and sharing it. Diana continued. When Bashir asked, "So they were expressing a preference even then for you rather than your husband?" She responded yes, which I felt very uncomfortable with, and I felt it was unfair because I wanted to share. When asked if she was flattered by the media attention she received, Diana replied no, because with the media attention came a lot of jealousy. A great deal of complicated situations arose because of that. Considering at the time Charles was a future king, the fragile ego is a toxic trait. Big red flag. And who's to say he isn't like that towards Camilla? But that is all for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for some more juicy royal updates and news on your favorite celebrities. And I'll catch you next time on The Rich Life.